Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, here we go. You are listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug wine, smoke a J, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesotan accents. Subliminal messaging. I'm also smoking a J. I'm Amanda.
Sure do. I'm Lucy, and it's not hot in here at all. I'm so sweaty. I have my air conditioning on, but like the flow, I have to have the door closed because June's going to walk in at any fucking moment.
I love when she bursts into your office. It's so cute.
Trying to keep her at bay for as long as I can.
I know, but it's so cute.
Yeah.
Just a drunk, tiny person just like, ah.
Wasted. Corey said she was at Lachelle's the other day, and they have like some old like vintage beer cans as like a display. She had
one beer and she could not keep it together.
She had one beer can in her hand and she was walking around like she was shit-faced.
Hell yeah.
Her huge diaper butt. And her pink and purple Nikes.
I want the stats on how diaper butt contributes to like the lack of equilibrium that toddlers have. It's so funny. There's nothing funnier to me than a toddling ass toddler, but the diaper is just full.
It's just big and square. They're like squared off edges.
Yeah. Shit's nasty, but it's so funny.
It's like it looks like they're wearing Pilco pump pants.
It really does.
Oh my God. What was that show? That was so good.
What
Ricky Gervais and
yeah, what the fuck
Pilco.
Was that?
Whatever it was called. It was so sweet.
Don't worry about it.
That's what I'm going to have to rewatch that because I'm severely depressed this week. I have some not great housekeeping. On Monday, we had to say goodbye to Ghostface.
Yeah, poor Lucy gets home from Boston.
Being sick the whole time in Boston.
Sick the whole weekend, then 12 hours after she lands. Had to put her cat down.
It was a little more than 12 hours, but Corey didn't want to tell me how bad she was over the weekend. Aww. Like, she hasn't been doing great for a few months.
Yeah.
She started getting really kind of rickety over the last couple of weeks.
18 years young. 18 years young. What a life.
Just shy of 18. And as we've recently discussed, she's literally older than season 2 of The Hills.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a vet come to our house because taking her to the vet is beyond traumatic for her.
No. If you live in Minnesota, Minnesota Pets does this, and they are the most amazing service. Do you want to shout out the service that you used in Iowa?
I use Mobile Pet.
Very nice.
Mobile Vet. Mobile Pet. One of those two.
Mobile Pet Vet.
Well, they were great. They came with their little van, and I took her outside, and they did some blood work. They said her kidney levels looked pretty decent.
Oh, this was when you had a mobile vet appointment before.
This is before I left.
Yep.
This was the day before I left last Wednesday. I leave early Thursday morning. We're in Boston for TCPF. It was super duper fun. Except that I had a horrible cold the whole time.
But you didn't get me sick.
Oh, good.
I felt like shit when I got home, but it wasn't a cold.
Okay,
it was just my body saying, please stop.
Yeah, please stop. We had a great live show on Friday at the Virginia Wimberley Theater. That was so fun.
So fun.
But yeah, came home late Sunday night. I don't think I laid eyes on Ghostface when I got home. Like I saw her at her usual post, which is nestled up to the air conditioner in our bedroom because it's warm and it vibrates. She loves it. And the next morning, I went and got her to bring her downstairs to feed her because I've been having to like move her.
Yeah.
And she
won't
couldn't
go down to her food.
Yeah, that was a recent progression over the last couple of weeks. So I went and got her and she couldn't move her back legs.
No.
She couldn't stand up for more than a few seconds. She was not interested in her food, but she couldn't like move away from it. So I dropped June off at daycare. I called a company. It's called Laps of Love. That's what I'm going to shout out for sure because they do in-home euthanasia services in Des Moines. I think they are a chain. I think they're all over the place, but they were so compassionate and so nice to talk with over the phone. they just made me feel like, okay, they work with people who are putting down their dying pets every day. They are so sensitive.
They know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. So I called them and they were like, we have an opening as early as this afternoon. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But it was obvious that she wasn't going to get better. She could not move. And that lady lived with dignity her whole life. She was
sure
always
did.
so reserved and so like clean and tidy and just like exact that I didn't want her to like slide into
No.
pooping herself and
Don't
not
put her
being able
through
to
it.
clean herself and things like that.
She would have hated that.
And I don't think she was really there like mentally anyway. So I do want to share like the coolest part about this. Because I think that it would be fair to wonder if I like kept her skeleton or something.
Right. She did not.
No, we sent her with Laps of Love to go get privately cremated. So we'll have her cremains back in 7 to 10 business days.
And Lucy shamed me for not spending the extra money to do that with Callie. I was like, no.
It's
The
an
paw
extra.
print is enough.
It's an extra couple $100 to do the private one.
Yeah, because you that's the only way to know that you're actually getting your own animal's
I
ashes
know,
back.
and like that doesn't really matter. But in the moment, I was just like, upsell me on everything.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even bother getting any ashes. I was like, she can go be with all of her other dog friends in the pit. Toss her in the pit.
Corey and I are gonna get ghost face tattoos with the ashes and the ink.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing.
I might get a star added to my moon.
Cute. That's perfect.
Anyway, so the coolest part, so right before she went, she asked if I wanted some of her fur, and I was like, yeah, and I thought she'd take out like a dainty pair of golden scissors and like clip a little lock.
It's just head shears.
She took like a man's, like a trimmer. And she asked where like a manscaped. She asked where I wanted it, and I said the back of her head, because that's where I always like to kiss her, you know?
Yeah.
It's my favorite little tuft of fur right on the back of her head.
Oh.
She just, and again, they did such a sweet job, but in reality, it was just like little. So she had a little bald rectangle on the back of her head.
Oh, don't tell her.
This was before she got the shots too.
Yeah.
So we were like saying our goodbyes, and I was just kind of giving her a little side comb over.
I'm gonna send you to your maker looking just right. No bald spots for our girl.
I got you.
Ugh.
So they gave her the first shot, which like put her to sleep. Like
The I don't care
had her-
drugs.
the I don't care drugs.
I want that.
Oh my God. The vet was so sweet. She was just like, this is just going to make her feel really, really good. And so you can have like your last couple minutes with her, like holding her and cuddling her and letting her know that you're there and you love her and all that stuff.
But being able to like hold her and she won't feel any pain or anything.
She's going to be feeling good.
Yeah. She's going to be on the moon, our girl.
Yeah. Like a little bit of heroin maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, that would be the best way to go.
Girl, let her have it. She's earned it. 18 years young.
Yeah, and by the time like the vet got there, she went downhill so quickly, and I'm very grateful for that. By the time the vet got there, she was pretty much there anyway.
Oh.
I don't think she would have lasted another 24 hours.
You know, I'm glad she didn't do to you what Callie did to me, which was like, we had her big last day, and she was like, hell yeah, like on the last burst of energy. Took a nice long walk. Her back legs had barely been working. The day we're putting her down is the day she's like, I'm walking here.
See, I was so afraid that was going to happen because I also ordered Jimmy John's because that Jimmy John's ham is her favorite thing. Oh, she ate like 2 full circles of ham.
Good girl.
And I was like, don't like get your energy back.
Oh yeah, Callie had 2 chocolate chip cookies, a pup cup, a nice long walk, did a full photo shoot. She's smiling.
She's smiling.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, you fell down the stairs 2 days ago. What is going on? Like, my neighbor, she doesn't live here anymore, God bless her. I was sitting outside with her, and we were just having like a moment together. And my neighbor, Cindy, comes over, and she's like, oh my God, it's so nice seeing you in the yard. Oh, look at Callie, she looks great. I'm like, yeah, well.
We have an appointment at 4.
These are her last 2 hours. No. So give her your best.
It's terrible just watching the clock count down, too. That was so bad. I had to turn on Love on the Spectrum. I was like, I need something. I would have turned on that Ricky Gervais show.
Yes. I need something wholesome.
Absolutely no
drama.
Pessimistic, negative, anything. So anyway, the cool part, she gave her the loopy drug, and then she gave her the final drug, which is like an overdose of like salt, basically. It's overdose of something really simple.
It stops their heart, yeah.
Yeah. And so she gave it to her, and like a moment later, like probably right when Ghostface would have been
taking her last
crossing. Breath. What? June has this puzzle.
Oh my God.
It's farm animals. And then when you put the puzzle piece in the right spot, it makes the noise of the animal. Fucking double meow from the other room at that very moment. Yes.
Did the vet say anything?
I went, what the fuck was that? Those were my words.
To be clear, June was at daycare when all this was happening. So it's not like June was in the other room playing with her puzzle.
No. Nope.
No one was in there.
Her room. The lights were off in that room. Hadn't been in that room in hours.
Oh, Ghosty was saying goodbye. I think it was a goodbye and a thank you.
I think it was, And also like a, hello, I'm a fucking ghost now.
Yeah, you thought you were rid of me? Guess what? I will be haunting you.
Yeah. Good. So that actually was enough to like spin my brain a little bit in the moment to be like, oh, fuck, that was cool.
That was amazing.
Like, it's a very powerful, positive moment.
Yes. So,
yeah.
Oh, and then I'm glad it was a good experience.
Then they laid her in a little basket with a little pillow and a little blanket and she like tucked her in.
No, Callie was carried away like a soldier off the field in World War I, on like with two people holding her on like a little cot with like the sticks in it.
Like MASH.
Pretty much. It was a MASH moment covered in it, literally like a buffalo plaid, like red blanket, like wool blanket. It's like, put her in the back of somebody's car. It's like, okay,
oh my God. Yeah. Okay, bye.
It's just like such a bizarre process, but I would take that over taking, because I've also had to put a dog down, Burke, at the vet. It was like an emergency vet situation, and I didn't think he was going to be put down in that appointment, but there we were. He was like having seizures and shit. And that sucked. 0 out of 10 do not recommend, but getting to do it at home on her favorite blanket in the backyard in the beautiful October sun.
She was laying on Corey's chest.
Yeah. It's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. We don't do that for our own humankind.
No. I mean, it's a more expensive version of how my dad wanted to put Blue to sleep, which was to take her out in the backyard and shoot her in the back of the head with a BB gun.
He's with a BB gun.
Or like something. Shoot her in the back of the head. He's like, I read a really great article once about an old hunting dog being put down that way. And, you know, his owner took him out for one last hunt. And then he's looking out over the lake, watching the sun go down. And then that's the last thing he remembers.
Isn't that like literally Old Yeller? That's not an article. That's a children's traumatizing book.
Not the plot of Old Yeller. Old Yeller is way more traumatic than that.
Fine.
But, like, he has a point. I mean, it's quick. They don't know what's coming. They've just had the best day of their life. They're looking the opposite way. It's like, look at the flowers. Or what from The Walking Dead. Oh, just look at the flowers.
Oh, God.
Anyway, someone out there knows what the fuck I'm talking about. It might not be The Walking Dead. I don't care. Anyway, that's my trauma for the week. Thank you for listening.
All right. Well, this week we have a very special family.
No! I forgot about that part. Oh, no. Lori Vanderpool, I'm so sorry.
From Angel on Earth, Lori Vanderpool. who has selected the topic of Black Hills Baddies.
Yeah.
Little South Dakota mama over here.
Oh, beautiful.
God bless her.
Oh my God. Well, we're a solid 17 minutes into this episode.
It's fine. It's fine. The only recommendation that Lori gave for a wine pairing was red ass wine. So I went looking for a South Dakota winery and vineyard, and I found the stinking cutest place. It's called With the Wind Vineyard Winery. It's in Hill City, South Dakota, and they also have a location in, people are going to make fun of me, Rosholt, South Dakota, Rosholt. The results are in, and With the Wind Winery is extremely cute. They have such a fun selection of wines, and one of the ones that is a red ass wine that I really want to try is called Sweater Weather. How stinking cute. The labels are adorable. Lucy, you would love. The Berry Crush looks so cute. It's a rosé. The Peachy Keen. It's a Frontenac Gris. So that's like Frontenac is a grape varietal that grows in cold climates. We have a lot of Frontenac. Yeah, Frontenac wines in Minnesota as well.
These are so cute. Berry Crush.
Yeah. Are they not just the cutest? So the reason, now this is where I'm going to be kind of an asshole, but anybody can get whatever they want, okay? The reason I'm leaning toward the Sweater Weather, if we want like a red ass wine, is that while many of the wines that they produce are made with grapes that are grown right there in South Dakota, the Sweater Weather red is a Merlot, and they source the grapes from San Joaquin in California. So when it comes to white wine, when it's on the sweeter side, I'm like into it, especially a sweet summer white. Like I'm down. And a lot of the cold climate grapes do tend to yield a sweeter wine. But our fan picker wanted a red ass wine. And when I pick red wine, I prefer it to be a little on the drier side and not quite as sweet.
So Lori said, I looked up her email. She suggested red ass wine, which is made in the Black Hills and is the only wine I actually enjoy. Red ass wine.
I just thought it was a joke that they wanted like really red wine. I had no idea this was a real thing.
I didn't even notice that you weren't looking at red ass wine.
I'm looking it up. Prairie Berry Winery. Red ass rhubarb. Okay, so yeah, this is a Black Hills City, South Dakota winery. So we're just gonna do a twofer here.
Great.
And red ass wine. Oh my God, I feel like such a little bitch. Our wines. I really was like, oh my God, funny. Okay, I could pick a red wine. And then I was like, I'll go the extra mile.
Like Crayola red.
I'll go the extra mile and find a South Dakota winery. Meanwhile, Lori already did all the fucking work. I just looked at the spreadsheet. I didn't look at the email. I never look at the email.
Had I meant just red ass as a description, it would have been lowercase and hyphenated.
Fair. So yeah, Prairie Berry Winery, red ass rhubarb. It's a raspberry wine. It's not a grape wine. This is a fruit wine, so it's going to be nice and sweet. You can probably serve it chilled.
Over ice.
Yeah. I mean, make it a sangria, make it a little spritzer, make it a cocktail. I bet this with some like fresh fruit and sparkling water would be so good. Like you could muddle some raspberries and mint in the bottom of your glass and then fill the glass with ice and do like half red ass rhubarb and half sparkling water and then sprig of mint as a garnish. That would be really fucking tasty. Somebody try that and tell me if it's good. So yeah, if you're looking for a nice sweet red, you could go with Lori's pick, the Prairie Berry Red Ass Rhubarb Fruit Wine, Erblinger's Fruit Wine. Or if you want something that's a little bit more in the regular red wine category, you could go with the Wind Winery's Sweater Weather Merlot. Both priced beautifully in that like $20 range, very affordable, and locally made. Come on now.
Beautiful.
I know, God bless. I'm drinking Kirkland Lime sparkling water and smoking a big fat J that a friend rolled for me with the cutest little papers that have like mugs of root beer on them.
Aw, is it flavored?
It's not. But I am using a lighter that a listener bedazzled for us and tossed up at us.
It's so beautiful.
It's so cute from the Boston show. And then they also gave me this really cute little one-hitter that you can tell I have already used. So I have that because that
She's a little charred.
She's a little charred. That listener also tossed weed on stage, and I have that in my grinder right now. So I'm going to be kind of going back and forth between some choices. I have a little smorgasbord. What are you sipping on?
Water, but I also have these Scotcheroo peanut butter chocolate squares that I impulsively bought at Hy-Vee earlier today. Because I deserve it.
You do. So let's take a break to hear a word from our sponsors so you can smash one of those in your mouth real quick.
I love it.
Let's do it. Summer is in full swing, and you get that pull, that urge to refresh the closet. But you gotta not waste money on pieces that you're only gonna wear for one season. Fast fashion, get out of here. And that's where Quince comes in. Their clothes are timeless. They are incredibly high quality. They feel luxurious. They look elevated. The quality is way beyond what you would expect for the price. It's actually wild. And it's the kind of wardrobe upgrade that just clicks.
They have so much to choose from. From like, for example, 100% European linen tops starting at just $30. Washable silk dresses and skirts and soft cotton sweaters. These are versatile, warm weather pieces that you're going to reach for again and again and year after year because it's not going to be like a one and done. I hate it when I buy something with like one specific event in mind.
Right.
Or a very particular scenario. And Quince is just not like that. Everything is just, like Amanda said, so elevated, so affordable. And that is the best part. Everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen, Quince gives you luxury without the markup. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. You're gonna find something that you can't live without if you go to their website. I'll check out their shoes and their jewelry also.
Oh, it's so cute. I can't even. So give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/wine for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/wine to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/wine.
I just changed my sheets this morning and up in my rotation were my Miracle sheets.
There they are.
I love them so much. It's hot in my bedroom and my Miracle Made sheets keep me at the perfect temperature all night long. They're nice and crisp and smooth and just like super duper comfortable. And I get better sleep just knowing that I'm not sleeping on bacteria.
Girl, I can't even. These sheets are amazing because they're infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. So you're, again, not sleeping on bacteria. You're not getting those gnarly odors like being in a boys' dorm room. It's not messing with your skin. It's just a better situation for your sleeping. But like Lucy mentioned, and my personal favorite thing about them is their temperature regulating properties. They really do provide a better quality sleep. That same silver infused fabric, which by the way, inspired by NASA, Women is STEM, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, no matter the weather. So you get better sleep every night. Lucy and I both have those like older houses where the upstairs bedroom wasn't there originally. It was an attic. And so it doesn't have the same like airflow that the rest of the house does. These sheets have been a game changer. And speaking of all that bacteria that we mentioned earlier, these are designed for your skin. If you're sleeping on bacteria, it's going to clog your pores. It's going to cause breakouts, acne, potentially all over your body. So you can sleep clean with Miracle. And Miracle sheets are so luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands. They honestly feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels.
Upgrade your sleep as the weather heats up. Go to trymiracle.com/gals. to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code GALS at checkout, you'll get a free 3-piece towel set and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/gals and use the code GALS to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/gals to treat yourself. And thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode.
So cooking has always been, kind of a challenge for me. And I often will hit that time for dinner and it's like, I don't really quite know what to make. And frankly, this summer, ButcherBox has majorly had my back. I don't have to think super far in advance about prepping a protein for dinner. You can skip that last minute supermarket sweep or impromptu chopped challenge with whatever is left over in your freezer because ButcherBox is delivering better meat right when you need it. I literally just made these really delicious Japanese barbecue beef bowls with ground beef and veggies and it's delicious. I made coconut rice. It was so good. And I wasn't sure what to have for dinner. I looked in the fridge and the freezer that afternoon and I was like, oh, I have everything I need to put this together and this gorgeous high quality ground beef just waiting for me.
ButcherBox delivers better meat and seafood straight to your door, including 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork raised, crate-free, and wild-caught seafood. All ButcherBox proteins are sourced from partners who meet very strict animal welfare and sustainability standards.
God bless.
So that means no antibiotics or added hormones ever. You're eating better food. It's better for the environment. It's better for the animals. It's better for the ecosystem.
It's better for you.
It's better. Whether you're feeding a growing family or trying to eat clean without the stress, ButcherBox offers curated or fully customizable plans that fit your schedule and your preferences. It's smoking season over at this household, so we have the smoker out. We've been smoking chicken. I got a whole rack of ribs ready to go in that bad boy.
Me too. I have those pork ribs in the freezer. I'm waiting for the right opportunity.
Yeah, with some sweet corn, some tomatoes straight from the garden.
Yum.
I have big plans for this weekend. And as a certified B Corp, ButcherBox is committed to high standards from how the animals are raised to how the team supports workers and reduces environmental impact. Plus, every box ships free always and includes member-only perks like recipe inspiration, tips, and exclusive deals to help you make the most out of every meal.
And right now, ButcherBox is offering our listeners $20 off their first box and free protein for a year. Go to butcherbox.com/gals to get this limited time offer and free shipping always. That's butcherbox.com/gals. Don't forget to use our link so they'll know we sent you. We're back.
Before we get started, I wanted to show you the puzzle that I was talking about.
Play that cat. Play that puss.
So you take the cat out and then this is what we heard.
The way I would have completely lost my fucking mind. I would have needed to get the shot.
I know.
If that...
Give me the loosen up one.
Yeah. I need it.
20 cc's.
Stat. Somebody sedate me!
And here's her little tuft of fur.
Oh, it's a big chunk.
I know. It was a big hole.
That is really cute.
I know.
And poor thing.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. You could
damn, I didn't know your fur was that thick.
You could
really.
Make a tiny cat figurine that you could pet.
I know.
You should talk to your friend. Your taxidermy friend.
Greg.
Taxidermy Greg. Dead animal Greg.
He does such a good job, but for something like that, I think I would need a gentler touch.
Fair enough. You know how he handles those animals.
I mean, let's just...
It's too much.
You can see the super glue.
Oh my God. Does he listen?
I don't think so. I don't think he remembers me half the times I see him.
Greg, if you listen, text Lucy right now how offended you are.
Listen, also, Greg, I was mostly talking about that little box that you made.
Everything's fine.
Anyway, this was several years ago in your craftsmanship.
You've probably come a long way.
I think he has like a spot at the Oddities Festival, the Traveling Oddities
Cute.
Festival.
Very cute.
Where he's like articulating mice as a class.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So yeah, he's in the cornfields on Instagram if you guys want to follow him and see if he can articulate something. I'm sure there's no super glue involved.
Speaking of cornfields, I don't know how much South Dakota is known for their corn, but maybe you'll tell us. Lucy.
I won't.
Okay, that's fine. Well, there aren't corn's not growing in the Black Hills, probably, because not.
It's fairly arid. It's fairly arid in the state of South Dakota in general. But yeah, Black Hills is not known for its corn.
You know what is gorgeous though? If you're driving out, especially from Minnesota to the Black Hills at like the right time of year, which I want to say might be August or end of July, early August, you'll drive through miles of sunflower fields that are in full bloom. And it is some of the most beautiful scenery I have ever seen.
South Dakota is
gorgeous.
I love the Dakotas.
You do. You really do.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
The landscape is
exquisite.
It's a lot of like kind of the same thing.
And it's a lot of nothing, but then suddenly like bursts. But
suddenly there's something like unbelievable.
Amazing. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
South Dakota in specific. So the Black Hills is an isolated mountain range rising from the Great Plains of North America in western South Dakota, extending into Wyoming. It's the area, I don't know if you can really like draw an exact line around it. It's roughly 5,000 square miles. I have a picture on the drive of roughly the area.
Yeah.
That was outlined in various treatises, which we'll fucking get to. The highest point in the Black Hills is Black Elk Peak, and it's at about 7,244 feet. And the Black Hills are called such because of all the evergreen trees around them. There's a really cool satellite image that I have.
Huh. I did not know that.
It's darker than the area around it.
That satellite image is wild. I think I always assumed it was called the Black Hills because you can, in a lot of the state areas in the state park, you can see these like, because, it's all these hills, quote unquote, are like layered sediment. And some of the sediment is so dark that there's like black streaks running through the hillside. I always just assumed that was it, but this is way crazier.
It's funny that you mentioned like the rock formation because it's my understanding. I didn't research this enough to even put it in my notes, but I read that the Black Hills, like the mountain range, sort of wraps around this super green part because of just the tectonic plates moving and pushing up all of these layers of rocks into this mountain range. And you can see a clear delineation of like the different ages of the fucking rocks that are however many millions of years old on these pushed up parts.
It's amazing.
It's incredible. But I think that like captures and retains more moisture. So you have all of these evergreens and like coniferous trees.
Gorgeous.
That's why it's so much darker than the land around it.
Very cool.
Because more of South Dakota is, like I said, more arid and like
dry,
high plainsy. It is, but okay. So the Black Hills, or what are called Paha Sapa or Hay Sapa, are the sacred center of the Lakota Sioux world. And you had kind of mentioned this earlier in our text messages. The Lakota versus the Sioux and all of these different names of these different tribes. The Sioux people can be sort of split into 3 different camps, one of which is the Lakota.
Okay.
So in my notes, I'll say Lakota or Sioux. I'm not trying to say that they're interchangeable, but they overlap. And also there are a lot of different tribes involved in this entire story. So
it's kind of like not all rectangles are square, but all squares are rectangle. Like not all Sioux are Lakota, but all Lakota are like under the larger familial umbrella of the Sioux people. The Lakota are like a subculture, subcommunity of the Sioux people.
That's my understanding.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I'm not an expert.
No, we're very open to feedback on
learning.
That. Yeah.
But that's what I have come to understand. It also makes sense in the context of the story of this.
Yeah, because I sent her something earlier that was like, oh, I'm not covering this, but this could be really interesting to include in your background and case adjacent notes.
It became my entire segment. I went down a fucking rabbit hole about that.
I mean, it's horrifying, but also really important history for us to know about. But then I panicked because I was like, it's about, treaties with the Sioux people. And then I was like, oh, fuck, no, the Lakota. I was like, wait, but also the Sioux. I'm really stressed and I'm trying to figure this out so I get this right. And I do.
There's a lot of tribes. And we don't have the cultural background knowledge of,
or a robust enough education system to teach us about all of these things. So we're learning about this along with you in a lot of ways.
We're learning it too. So thank you for your patience. And I do have some resources towards the end of my segment if you want to get more involved, get some more information, or just follow and amplify and support some of these groups.
Yeah, I have a feeling this will be a very advocacy heavy episode.
Yeah. Okay, so Paha Sapa or Hey Sapa are the sacred center of the Lakota Sioux world. Lots of fish, game, timber, minerals, natural resources are located there. Plus, it's just beautiful.
We'll get to the resources.
Oh, yeah. And like I keep saying, the landscape is different from everything around it, so it's kind of a very apparent oasis almost.
Sure.
So the Lakotas, the Cheyenne, the Arapahoes, the Kiowas, and the Kiowa Apaches believe the land to be sacred. Specific locations in and near the Black Hills considered as sacred include Bear Lodge Butte, aka the Devil's Tower.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's so cool.
And so weird because, again, it's miles of nothing. No
just flat,
mountains.
Totally flat.
No hillside. It is flat. And then
this fully vertical,
this erect.
Huge. Oh my God. Ray's laying on this puzzle. Now it's crowing.
Uh-oh.
This puzzle is haunted.
Or maybe we figured out who was fucking with the puzzle that might have caused the cat sound.
No, he wasn't, because he was sitting next to me because I was forcing him to be part of the process, so he understood that his sister was gone.
Oh, that was really, really, really good on your part. That's good pet ownership. Good death care.
I showed her to him right before she got the first shots or anything, and then I showed her to him after. Oh, also, I didn't say, after she was fully dead, the vet went out to the van
she said with glee.
To get the basket, the wicker basket with the pillow and the blanket.
Yeah, her wartime gurney.
And Corey was still holding her, and we were kind of okay, it's over, the relief stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kept the lady wasn't coming back for a couple extra minutes, and I said, Do you want to keep holding that dead cat, or do you want me to grab her from you? And he's like, I wouldn't mind if you took her off of me.
You could have a shift.
So I grabbed her, and she was so floppy because she's fucking dead. But I was just like, oh, if you were only this snuggly,
all the time.
I mean, not to be morbid, but it was weird to just sort of flop her around a little bit.
I held Burke for a while because he was small enough to be held. Mm-hmm. It is very strange.
It kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sort of one of those things where it's It's not scary. I mean, it doesn't have to be scary. It's obviously incredibly emotional, but that was just sort of one of those things to be like, okay, I'm gonna try to be a little bit lighter and more normal about this, just to help my own
mental health,
physical, yeah. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it.
You never have to stop talking about it. That's your.
I'm
baby.
not gonna stop talking about it.
No.
Okay, Devil's Tower. Yes, so incredible.
It's so cool.
I mean, there's no surprise that that's like a sacred site.
Speaking of dead cats, Devil's Tower is amazing. It all circles back.
We got a lot of buttes here. They also have Bear Butte, the Racetrack, also known as Red Valley, Buffalo Gap, Craven Canyon, Gillette Prairie, the Hot Springs Minnetonka area, Inyankara Mountain, Black Elk Peak, which again is the highest peak, Black Buttes, White Butte, and Rapid Creek Valley. The buttes.
The buttes. She's a butte, Hank.
They're a butte. They're all buttes. Most of these places are part of the traditional histories of the tribes, some related to extensive migrations in pre-contact times. Like this is a very, very important, cherished area for a lot of different tribes for a lot of years.
Right.
For the Lakota, the Black Hills were frequently used for the individual vision quests. I didn't go too deep into this particular tradition, but also kind of a cool fun fact. I don't know how fun it is, but Lewis and Clark were at least one of the first white settlers to encounter the inhabitants of the Black Hills.
Oh, God.
So they were one of the first ones to like get there, and they were treated very nicely, and they left on good terms with them, at least as individuals. Obviously,
yeah, what came to pass,
genocide followed, but
as a result of this exploration was not great. But that first encounter wasn't a violent one. No.
Okay, so one of their culturally significant features is a mountain face called Tunkasila Sakpe, later named the Six Grandfathers, so named by Lakota medicine man Nicholas Black Elk after a vision. I don't know if this Black Elk is the same as Chief Black Elk, which we'll get to later. But he was a medicine man. There's this beautiful mountain face that they originally thought is the place where their ancestors like came from.
Oh, wow.
So the Six Grandfathers, does that ring a bell to you?
It does, because I've been to the Black Hills many times, and we've gone to like the museums, but I don't remember all of the information.
Well, she looks a bit different today than she did back then.
Yeah.
So this article said the vision was of the 6 sacred directions: west, east, north, south, above, and below.
That I remember, because I was like, oh, cool, that was like included.
3-dimensional.
Yeah.
The directions were said to represent kindness and love, full of years and wisdom, just like human grandfathers. The granite bluff that towered above the hills remained carved only by the wind and the rain until 1927, when a KKK leader began his assault on the mountain. We'll get back to it because, of course, the Six Grandfathers is now known widely as Mount Rushmore.
I was going to say, yeah, that's so fucked up.
We'll get back to it. It all circles back. In 1868, the Sioux, and again, primarily the Lakota, but also not just Lakota, and also not just Sioux, I don't think.
Right.
They were promised permanent title to the Black Hills in the Treaty of Fort Laramie. The government promised in this treaty that the Sioux would have ownership of the land forever and pledged to, quote, set aside for the absolute and undisturbed use and occupation of the Indians herein named. So just FYI, there were 2 treaties of Fort Laramie. The first one was signed in 1851, and it's sort of had the same
vibe,
gist.
Yeah.
But the U.S. government in the first one promised to pay each tribe $50,000 annually and to extend protections in exchange for basically sharing the land. But not only did the U.S. government reduce the payment to $10,000 annually, they didn't really do any fucking protecting, and they also only made one payment that whole time.
No, because they didn't want to protect the land.
Right.
They
wanted
wanted
to protect the people.
Harvest the land.
Oh, it gets so much worse.
I know.
So they are calling this huge area the Great Sioux Reservation. And it's supposed to be completely protected from white settlement. I have a picture on the drive. I just want you to take note of how large of an area this is.
Yep.
So we go from like southwestern North Dakota, the western half of South Dakota, basically the western half of Nebraska, into Colorado, and then the eastern half of Wyoming, and then some of southeastern Montana.
Yeah, it's
very
considerable
large
amount of land.
It's a considerable amount of land. Of course, it is still restricted, and you're putting boundaries on the indigenous people who live there. But they were okay with this deal as long as the U.S. held up their end of the bargain this time. So everything's great. They're on their sacred land. They have this pretty good, decently sized chunk of land that includes the Black Hills. It's great for exactly 6 years, when in 1874, some trespassing white miners led by Colonel George Custer, ever heard of him? Custer State Park.
Yeah, I've been there. It's beautiful, but
It's
fuck
beautiful.
that guy. We shouldn't
know,
be
they
naming things
changed
after
the
this
name.
fucking man. The
Just
fuck?
changed the name. They violated the law and went into the Great Sioux Reservation and dug around and discovered gold in them thar hills.
Yup.
So these motherfuckers then leave and start to advertise it publicly. Hey, guys.
Gold
There's
rush.
a lot of gold over here. So thus the Black Hills Gold Rush began. Mining towns are established in the Black Hills. People are just fucking flowing in. 2 years later, the Homestake Gold Mine opens. I have a picture of it if you want to look at it.
I
The
sure
Homestake Mine is one of the largest and longest running gold mines in U.S. history, producing about 10% of the world's gold and
Holy
contributing to the
shit.
Hearst family fortune. It all fucking comes back to gold. In fact, the main reason for that initial 1851 Treaty of Fort Laramie, the first one, that was put in place because so many people were traveling west to California
For that
the
gold
more
rush.
well-known gold
Yeah,
rush.
uh-huh.
They wanted to cut through the Black Hills. So the U.S. was like, "Oh, we'll just share the land.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you
let
can
them pass
people
through.
just pass
They're not
through.
going to
It's
stay.
fine."
They won't stay.
Yeah, so gold drove all of this initial bullshit.
Capitalism is so fucked up and so fucking racist.
I mean, it was also like gold, fur, timber,
Yeah.
all that other stuff.
There were
But
there were a lot of resources that they pillaged, and we'll get to it.
so yeah, the government constructed roads and railroads within the Great Sioux Nation, breaching the 1868 Fort Laramie Treaty and sparking several conflicts with Colonel Custer and the U.S. cavalry. And that series of conflicts is called the Great Sioux War, even though it wasn't just the Sioux participating, and also the Sioux were not the ones instigating.
Yeah, how
So,
about the
like,
Great Sioux defense of their fucking land?
right?
You cuck bootlicking cuckboy bitches.
Words matter. Words matter. When the Sioux and their allies defeated, i.e. fucking decimated and killed all of Custer and his soldiers at the Battle of Little Bighorn,
Ask me how much I care.
they annihilated them.
Bye-bye. Bye, bitch.
The Little Bighorn is I can't say like a favorite, but
It's hardcore.
It's really hardcore, and you cannot help but root for the Sioux.
Of course.
Of course
you're
not, but
rooting for them, you should evaluate yourself.
no, but it's like incredible.
Yeah.
I couldn't go into it. I've gone down that rabbit hole before. I didn't have it in me today, meaning I did not have time. So after that, there was a call for swift retaliation because the U.S. military was incredibly embarrassed.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Custer was like, he was leading the charge for all this shit.
He was their guy.
He was their guy. 2 months later, in August of 1876, the U.S. enacted what is called Sell or Starve,
Jesus fucking Christ.
which withheld promised food rations from the tribes that defeated Custer and his men. So they were like, oh, you want to kill all of our military guys, like all of our best guys? Well, you don't get
To eat.
You don't get to eat.
That's what you call a war crime.
Yeah. Yep. With the Lakota people starving and suffering, the U.S. did what the fucking U.S. does, here and abroad, turns out, unilaterally imposing the Many Penny Agreement, claiming the land, and officially removing the Black Hills from the Sioux Reservation by passing the Congressional Act of 1877. So the people who were there were forced to relocate to smaller reservations. I think there were like 5 of them. And these reservations were on land that was like officially deemed useless by the government. They didn't have any resources. It was just barren, dry, just a place for these people to go, not a place for these people to like live, you know? The controversies around this act state that the government purchased the land from the reservation, but there is no valid record of this transaction. It didn't happen. They just took it. So this is just pure, utter, evil, reeking bullshit. And here we are, dealing with the same bullshit today. Further genocidal efforts by the U.S. military ensued, including the Wounded Knee Massacre. This is another whole rabbit hole. Like all of these, I think I've learned about these things independently, and I haven't really strung them together. Geographically, maybe, but not like timeline-wise. Like these things happen one after the other, and it was not that long ago that it even started.
Okay, maybe this is like a woke high take on that, but I was thinking about this as well when I was writing my notes and even now I like have skipped ahead into some of my notes section and just quickly remove things that you've already covered because they're like very closely related. But like how we are taught in the white public school system is so disjointed, and I think very intentionally, because I feel like we're less easy to control if we are raised with an educational knowledge that like all of these things are interconnected and all of these things are like part of a larger system of oppression. And if we don't know about that stuff, then it's easy for us to just be like, oh, what a weird once-off event
then you
that happened.
Can't identify patterns and systems.
It feels fucking intentional. The older I get, the more I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you. I feel like I'm losing my marbles sometimes.
No, it's absolutely intentional. It's to keep us from a young age relying on and trusting the government.
It's brainwashing.
Which we really shouldn't do.
No.
But at a certain point in your life and in like, you know, the existence of the country, you're not left with many other choices. But yeah. I mean, another example of language here. The Wounded Knee Massacre, you often hear it referred to as the Battle at Wounded Knee.
Yes.
It was not a battle at all.
No,
they
came and
massacre.
slaughtered people. Yeah.
So on December 29th, 1890, so this is, again, just a few years down the road from what we've been talking about, the U.S. Army attempted what they called the Pine Ridge Campaign, ostensibly to disarm the Lakota people who were camped near Wounded Knee Creek on the Lakota Pine Ridge Reservation.
And you said 1890?
1890.
So yeah, like you're saying, that was less than 30 years before my grandmother was born. This was not a very fucking long time ago.
And going the other way, that bullshit act was 1877. So this is just 13 years after that fucking tragedy. Okay, so Pine Ridge, I believe Pine Ridge is one of the 5 reservations that the Great Sioux Nation was relegated to. So there were anxieties among the local white people about the Lakotas doing some weird ritual stuff.
Oh, they're evil.
We saw
They're
them doing
violent.
these weird dances, and they were throwing things and shouting things. And from what I read, it was what they call a ghost dance, which is like it's just a regular ritual one of many rituals that they do. It's their fucking
ceremonial
right
practice.
to do whatever cultural ceremonies they fucking want to do.
Yeah. What weird shit are you doing? Like pouring water on a baby's head?
Mm-hmm. And it was like specifically called out. It's like the white Christians are like, oh, they're being weird.
Fuck
and
off.
they're summoning the devil. Like it was
Okay.
very like Christian
Yeah.
coded.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the Christian.
You don't even know if they have a devil in their culture. And if they do,
think
it's
they're thinking
you,
about
bitch.
that? You think they had there's no cultural sensitivities. There's no logic in that way. I mean, when people are ruled with a religious brain, that's the last thing in the door.
Yep.
So they're like, oh, they're rising up. Something's going to happen. Cops, come take their guns away. They're going to rise up. So these soldiers come to disarm the men of the tribe, and they're going around. I think they only recovered like 38 rifles, but there's 350 people, Lakota people in this camp in the first place. They recover a very minimal amount.
Yeah, it's not like they're heavily armed.
They're not they're barely armed.
Yeah.
Like they're not stockpiling weapons to like take over the church, you know?
They
So
don't
some of
want it. I promise you, girl. They don't want
They
it.
don't want it. We don't want your beanie babies.
Please stop trying to sell them to me on Facebook Marketplace. We don't want them.
So some of these older tribesmen are getting pissed off. They're just like, you're talking to our guys like this, you know, like you teenager U.S. soldier.
Yeah, stay in your fucking lane. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just
They were like
living my
Proud
life.
Boys or like, you know, pathetic like ICE agents trying to toss, you know, these people's homes.
Right.
And not finding anything. So some of the older guys are just like, you're pathetic. Get the fuck out of here.
Please go away. We fucking hate you.
So this is from Wikipedia about what is purported to have happened. Specific details of what triggered the massacre are debated. According to some accounts, Yellowbird, who was an older medicine man, began to perform the ghost dance, telling the Lakota that their ghost shirts were bulletproof. As tensions mounted, Black Coyote, who I believe Black Coyote is an older guy and he's like deaf. He's like stubborn and deaf.
Sure.
So he refused to give up his rifle. He spoke no English and he was deaf and had not understood the order in the first place.
Right.
Another Lakota said, Black Coyote's deaf. And when the soldier persisted, he said, stop. He can't hear your orders.
Yeah, you're not being louder isn't going to help. He can't fucking hear you, even if he could understand you.
I can just see this escalating, and this is just history repeating itself. You just see.
Well, yeah, this
see all the
is
shit
like,
that's going on today. It's just the same fucking
like
shit.
Cops killing people of color with like disabilities or autism,
and white people getting nervous because they're doing something weird.
Yeah,
I feel
they're having a
threatened.
barbecue in the park. It's something I don't understand. That's not part of my culture. People enjoying each other and having a nice fucking time. Shut it down.
So at that moment, 2 soldiers seized Black Coyote from behind, and allegedly in the struggle, his rifle discharged. At the same moment, Yellowbird, the medicine man, threw some dust into the air, and approximately 5 young Lakota men with concealed weapons threw aside their blankets and fired their rifles at Troop K of the 7th Cavalry, I think.
Fuck yeah, get them.
After this initial exchange, the firing became indiscriminate. So Chief Spotted Elk was killed. Women and children fled to a nearby ravine to hide. And then, like, once all the men were wounded or down, some of the soldiers fanned out
to
find people, to finish off the wounded, and also to hunt down said women and children who had fled.
Jesus Christ.
And then there was a 3-day blizzard that prevented any kind of rescue or recovery efforts. So after the snow finally fucking stopped, they were able to go out and
bury their dead.
Well, yeah. I mean, the military had to account for everyone who died, which is why these numbers are so wildly disparate. So in all, at least 150 Lakota had been killed and 50 wounded. Other estimates indicate nearly 300 of the original 350 people residing in this camp having been killed or wounded.
Yeah, I tend to go with their account and not...
I'm not trusting the military's numbers on this.
Yeah, exactly.
So some call this the worst mass shooting in American history.
Oh my God.
And I didn't put a picture on the drive, but there is a picture on that Wikipedia page of these quote unquote guns that the soldiers were using. They're cannons.
Oh yeah.
They're cannons. And they were just mowing down these people.
Yeah. I mean, they would have to be, because if you think about it, like, guns then are not what they are today. And so actually killing 300 plus people, even 150 plus people with the, like, rifles and, like, muskets that they had.
So you'd have to, like, clean them out every time.
Taken forever and been nearly impossible. But when they're able to take down masses of people with, like, through cannon fire, that's a totally different animal. And that aligns more with the numbers that even the military is reporting.
I don't think it was like muskets, like Revolutionary War, Civil War era. I think they had progressed more,
automatic weapons.
It's certainly not. Yeah, but it's. I mean, it really wasn't that far off. I mean, okay. I wanted to talk about Leonard Peltier, who is that guy he was an Indian rights activist. He was involved in a shooting on the Pine Ridge Reservation back in the 70s. And like he definitely like didn't do it or something. There's a lot of controversy around him. He recently got released from prison or I guess he's on house arrest now.
Just a few months ago. Yeah, he's on house arrest, but he's out of jail or prison.
It was during the Biden administration. I think it was one of the last things that Biden did. But we'll have to do a drunk dive about him. That's a whole other thing. But he was born in North Dakota, and the incident occurred on that same reservation, which I've been to, by the way, Pine Ridge. It's really rough. I mean, I'll get to a little bit more, but like economically, it's not. I mean, I think Indian reservations in the U.S. in general are pretty fucking impoverished.
Yeah, because we extracted resources from them and
put them somewhere where nothing else, where we didn't care about that land.
Exactly.
Okay. So environmentally speaking, the gold thing alone had a huge negative impact on the area. The Black Hills are interlaced with multiple streams that are home to a bunch of different species of fish and which provide diverse aquatic communities. But from the year 1878 to 1978, or sorry, 1876 to 1978, so about 100 years, about 100 million tons of gold mill tailings and about 15 kilos and many other chemicals were lost daily into the Whitewood Creek like water system.
Y'all, like the straight up environmental rape that we have brought down on indigenous land in this country, and I know it's everywhere, but like if you just look even just right in our own backyard, it is fucking horrifying.
It's certainly not sustainable.
No.
Studies show
fucking cooked.
We're fucking cooked.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Studies show that the water in Whitewood Creek has contamination levels that exceed the EPA's maximum concentration limit, This greatly affected the levels of chemicals that were in the fish that were a food source of the Sioux Nation. Despite attempts to clean up the contaminants from the water, it's still a large problem for most streams running through the Black Hills, which is a lot of fucking streams. Not to mention oil pipelines, which are a huge threat, which also violate laws and treaties that were set up to protect local tribes and the land itself.
Yep.
It's all illegal on paper.
Yep.
But there's so much money in it that's not even a fucking factor.
And our government knows that there's fuck all these communities can do about it. Like, they don't have any, like, they don't have a military, like, you know, it's like these people are trying to defend their land with their bare hands. It's not like they could compile a military force to stop these illegal pipelines and this shit. Like,
I mean, a military would be definitely squashed very quickly, but there are a lot of really incredible organizations that are doing a lot of very good work.
We'll get to them.
They're not totally
No, they're not defenseless. But I'm saying from where the government sits, it's like, yeah, it's illegal, but who fucking cares? What are you going to do about it?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Told you I'd circled back to this. One of the most recognizable symbols of the United States and colonialism and imperialism and white nationalism and genocide and cultural erasure is Mount Rushmore.
Yay! Mount Rushmore sucks, by the way.
Sucks.
It is the fucking dumbest, ugliest,
you don't get close to it at all.
biggest waste of time. We went when we were kids because everyone fucking goes to Mount Rushmore if you're in Minnesota and you do your South Dakota road trip. Yeah. Whatever. It is the worst. The worst. Stop dragging kids to Mount Rushmore. We don't give a fuck. It's ugly and boring and stupid.
One of the 2 times I was there was during like Sturgis, as in the motorcycle rally, which is right by there. So the whole place was just full of bikers who I could only assume were just raging racists.
Safe bet.
Not all, a lot.
But many.
2 of the 4 presidents featured owned human beings. And the guy who started blasting away 450,000 tons of stone to create the fucking thing was a virulent racist. His name was Gutzon Borglum.
Fucking yuck. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bro, that is embarrassing.
His parents were, I think, Danish immigrants.
I don't care.
No, it's Gutzon Borglum. Get out of here.
Literally, fuck off.
From the Smithsonian, quote, the son of polygamist Mormons from Idaho.
You don't say.
Okay, so maybe he wasn't Danish. I think he like lied about his heritage at some point.
He chose that name. Like, girl, that's worse. I shall henceforth be known as Gutzon Blotham, or whatever the fuck my last name is.
Borglum.
Whoa. I have never heard anything so foul in my life.
Oh my God.
Borglum?
Okay, so
I can't wrap my head around it.
Also, Idaho.
No,
we know about we know about the weird white nationalist bullshit havens that crop up in Idaho.
Hey, they crop up everywhere.
They do, but there's a lot in Idaho.
There's kind of a lot. In your their parts.
Although he had no direct ties to the Confederacy, he did have strong white supremacist leanings.
He was a fan.
In letters, he fretted about a, quote, mongrel horde overrunning the Nordic purity of the West.
Fuck you, dude.
And once said, quote, I would not trust an Indian offhand 9 out of 10, where I would not trust a white man 1 out of 10.
Okay.
Who's writing? Who are you writing to?
Yeah, what?
What a weird thing to say.
Your mom?
Basically, he is a racist.
Mama Gorblum? Borglum? Mama Borglum?
Goldblum.
No.
Borglum.
Never.
Borglum. It's worse every time I think of it.
Mother Borglum.
Ew. Mama Borglum. Which mama? They were polygamists.
True. Mother's Borglum.
Mama's Borglum. Mother's Borglum. Ish.
Hey, don't pull on that. My rabbit is being an absolute fucking menace right now.
Good.
Bro, you know what? Your time's over, pal. Yeah.
All right.
Get back in there. Jesus Christ. Trying to pull down my Goomba. What did Goomby ever do to you?
Ew. So above all, he was an opportunist. He aligned himself with the Ku Klux Klan, an organization reborn after it had faded after the Civil War, in a torchlight ceremony atop Stone Mountain in 1915. I think Stone Mountain is in Georgia. It said it elsewhere in the article. I just didn't include it. Okay, while there isn't proof that Borglum officially joined the KKK, which helped fund the project of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, guys. Guys,
stop
going there.
Stop going there. He nonetheless became deeply involved in Klan politics, writes John Taliaferro in the book Great White Fathers, a 2002 history of Mount Rushmore.
Oh, over your fucking Clantics, Borglum.
He also, Borglum named his fucking son Lincoln.
Okay.
Isn't that gross?
Oh, Lincoln
I hate it.
Borglum.
For some reason, that just really,
you know what,
rubbed me in a horrific direction. Okay. Current CEO and president of NDN Collective, Nick Tilson, stated, quote, "What South Dakota and the National Park Service call a shrine to democracy is actually an international symbol of white supremacy."
Yeah, and it's fucking disgusting.
And by the way, NDN Collective is an indigenous-led organization dedicated to building indigenous power through organizing, activism, philanthropy, grant-making, capacity building, and narrative change. We are creating sustainable solutions on indigenous terms.
Mm-hmm.
NDN. You can learn more at ndncollective.org.
I love it.
In 1980, the Supreme Court ruled in U.S. versus Sioux Nation that the Sioux Nation never received just compensation for their land, writing, quote, "A more ripe and rank case of dishonorable dealings will never, in all probability, be found in our history," end quote. Joke's on you. Yeah. You didn't meet Donald Trump.
Yeah, but I mean, like, globally, since the founding of America, our atrocities, including against indigenous peoples, as well as chattel slavery, they're pervasive today for ways that the impact has lingered here in our country, but they've also served as the blueprint for, like, violence abroad, whether that's violence perpetuated by us, the United States, directly, or people taking a page out of our notes going,
Hitler followed our example.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. So, like, it's just, this shit, I can't. It makes me so fucking mad. Why is that still open? Why is that still fucking open? Mount Rushmore should be fucking closed. And get put a Spirit Halloween sign over those fucking faces. We're done.
It just seems so optimistic, like that particular ruling. Oh, this is the worst thing that will ever, in all probability, be found in our history as a nation. No.
Not even close.
It's terrible.
It's bad.
But we've been terrible this whole time and continue to be. We're just beating our own record.
Yeah. We're only competing against ourselves at this point.
And we're winning.
We're
driving ourselves into the
win.
dirt. So the court concluded that Congress had failed to, quote, make a good faith effort to give the Indians the full value of the land. So the court ordered, quote, just compensation to the Sioux Nation, and that obligation, including an award of interest, must now at last be paid. So they awarded the Sioux $102 million at the time. This is in 1980. which was set aside in a trust until they decided to accept it, I guess. Today, that fund, untouched, has grown to over $1.3 billion.
Yep.
But they refuse to take the money.
Yeah, I mentioned this in mine too. It's like, you know what? And good for them. That money is soaked in the blood of their fucking ancestors. And that money came from the scraps that we were willing to toss them. And they had way too much fucking dignity to be like, no, we're not going to accept these scraps. And then the second you accept that money, that's like a symbolic acceptance of everything that we have done to you and your people.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yes, reparations need to be paid to indigenous communities and the descendants of enslaved Africans. And I understand why the Sioux would be like, fuck off. We don't want your fucking blood money. Just give us our fucking land back because y'all are just destroying it.
It's so much more than that. So this is from PBS. Pine Ridge Reservation stretches across some of the poorest counties in the United States. Plagued by an unemployment rate above 80%, arid land, few prospects for industry, abysmal health statistics, and life expectancy rates rivaling those of Haiti, it's no wonder outsiders ask, why do the 9 tribes constituting the Great Sioux Nation, including those on Pine Ridge, staunchly refuse to accept the $1.3 billion from the federal government?
It won't fix a goddamn thing. The land is barely livable.
It's not. It's not about the livability of the land. The tribes say the payment is invalid because the land was never for sale in the first place, and accepting the funds would be tantamount to a sales transaction.
Yeah, that part.
Quote,
it wasn't yours to buy.
Quote, the Sioux tribes have always maintained that the confiscation was illegal, and the tribes must have some of their ancestral lands returned to them, and they've maintained this position since 1877, said Mario Gonzalez, general counsel for the Oglala Sioux tribe, who has devoted much of his career to this issue.
Mm-hmm.
The effort to reclaim portions of the Black Hills, portions, mind you.
Yeah.
Just parts of it.
Scraps.
And that don't even include what is now called Mount Rushmore. You can have it. No one wants that anymore.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The effort to reclaim portions of the Black Hills is now both principled and pragmatic. They, quote, understand that times have changed and they cannot remove non-members of the tribe from these lands, said Gonzalez, and are asking instead for some combination of federally owned, unused land and joint management or rental agreements. Mm-hmm. Tribal leaders are also quick to point out that not only does the $1.3 billion represent a fraction compared to the monetary value of gold, minerals, and timber already extracted from it, it's based on the value at the time of the treaty of 1876 or whatever, not today's value.
Right, when that land was fertile and rich and, like, valuable. And then we fucking ruined it.
And further, if distributed on a per capita basis across 9 tribes, the money would soon be gone with little permanent benefit to the recipients. Everyone would get, a few $1,000.
Yeah.
That's not helping anyone. And also they're not getting their land back, and that's what they want anyway.
Ugh.
So the Sioux still refuse the money. The Black Hills are not for sale. Standing with the Sioux here.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But check out the NDN Collective. Check out the Land Back Movement. There's all sorts of organizations. And this is certainly not the only example of cultural erasure, land being taken from Native tribes. It's the story of our country. Make America great again.
This episode is amazing.
So I went down a hole. That's my segment.
I love your hole. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thanks.
Let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, unless, of course, you are a member of our incredible subscription service, Wine and Crime Uncorked, where you get these episodes ad-friggity free, baby. So if you want to join in on that action, plus a butt ton of bonus content, head to our website, wineandcrimepodcast.com. There's a little uncorked tab. You can get yourself signed right up.
Balance of Nature supplements is unlike anything else out there on the market. So as a result of years of research and development, Balance of Nature doesn't add any sugar or anything artificial. Any sugars in their supplements are naturally occurring. They're the good sugars.
Yeah.
They don't attempt to mimic what nature provides. They simply let nature do its job, delivering the phytonutrients that occur naturally in 47 different whole fruits, vegetables, spices, and fibers.
And even when you try to eat a rounded, balanced, pretty natural diet, some stuff is often lacking. Did you know that more than 90% of Americans do not meet the recommended intake of dietary fiber? Oops, I'm definitely part of the 90%. I guarantee it. But like Lucy said, Balance of Nature supplements are designed to be a convenient way to get a wide array of those 47 fruit, vegetable, spice, and fiber ingredients into your daily diet. They're super convenient and easy to take with you wherever you go, and you can incorporate them into your routine in different ways. So you can take the fruits and veggie supplements with water if you're just a pills, get it down person. But they're also chewable. You can chew them. You can open them up and mix the powder into food or a favorite drink, a smoothie. The fiber and spice supplement can easily just be mixed with water or, again, your favorite drink. It's just so easy to put these into your daily routine. You don't even have to cook around them. Just add them to your morning beverage. And Balance of Nature supplements are also vegan, kosher, and gluten-free.
Use code GALS for 35% off your first order as a preferred customer, plus get a free bottle of fiber and spice. So head to balanceofnature.com and use that code GALS for 35% off your first order.
We spend so much time caring for the skin on our face, but girl, what about your neck? Don't neglect the neck.
The décolletage.
Come on. And you know what? Summer's in full swing and your neck and chest get a lot of sun exposure. And I feel like we're not always super diligent about putting on the sunscreen. So you might be rocking sundresses, swimsuits, strappy tops, and your neck, baby, is out there for the world to see and the sun to beat down on. It's one of the first places to show signs of aging. And that's why Go Pure Beauty created their revolutionary Tighten and Lift Neck Cream. I am obsessed with this. I've been using it every night. It's perfect for your summer skincare routine. It's powered by clinically proven active ingredients, and this advanced formula is designed to visibly firm, smooth, and rejuvenate the delicate skin on your neck and chest. It's thin, it's delicate, and it can start showing results in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. So here's the thing. Like I just said, the skin on your neck, it's thinner, it's more delicate, it's less oily than the skin on your face. So that means it needs extra love, especially in the sun and heat. When it's dry, when it's windy, you need it. Go Pure's firming complex targets the unique concerns of the neck while nourishing and strengthening your skin for a more lifted, youthful look so you can feel confident showing a little more skin this summer.
I used to work for a photographer, and she would always point out people's necks.
Ooh, yikes.
It's something that you don't even really notice,
No.
but that is it is a very underreported area where it just shows your age maybe before you want it to. So for a limited time, our listeners get 25% off Go Pure with code GALS at checkout. Get the summer glow up you deserve with Go Pure. With over 1 million jars sold, this beauty secret is no longer a secret. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off Go Pure with code GALS at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com, use code GALS, and you're all set. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask where you heard about Go Pure, tell them it was from our show.
We're back. So Lucy covered a lot about the gold rush, so I took that out of my notes. But after the gold...
Sorry.
No. Please. That was actually, perfect. When the gold rush ended in that region, in the Black Hills, mining didn't end. Mining just shifted to other materials like silver, tungsten, iron, and limestone. But then in 1951... uranium was discovered in the region.
Oh, good.
And started essentially a uranium rush for colonizers to obtain it.
What are you going to cover? What do we use uranium?
We're going to cover it.
Okay.
So within 2 decades, over 150 uranium mines were centered on Edgemont in the southern foothills of Pahasapa, the Black Hills, where the Oglala once made their winter camp. So this land was still very much in use, up until right around this time.
Yeah, of course it was. It was their spot.
Yeah. From 1950 to 1980, the U.S. was a major global producer of uranium, with most of it sourced in the western United States, often on or near tribal lands. The U.S. government even served as a guaranteed buyer for domestic uranium from World War II to the 1970s, valuing it for national security and weapons production. Just using bombs and shit.
Okay.
That's what uranium is predominantly used for. So, yeah, this was a huge resource for the United States to have control over and to make money not only off of the uranium itself, but the weapons we were making with that uranium and then sending abroad. So, again, this is one of the millions of ways that struggles of oppression are interconnected. Killing indigenous populations here in the United States to pillage their land, to make weapons, to kill populations abroad. None of this is isolated. It's all part of one big nasty beast.
It's a fucking chain.
The legacy of uranium mining is one of profound harm. Despite early evidence from Europe in 1932 that uranium mining posed considerable health risks, health and safety protections for miners in the United States were minimal until 1962.
God!
Our parents were getting ready to go to college. They were in high school.
Okay, you said uranium. I was thinking of the radium girls.
Well, it's interesting
related?
that you say that because uranium is a radioactive material.
So it's the same concept.
Essentially, yeah.
It gives you horrible cancers and things.
Yep, we're going to get to it.
Okay.
So studies by the United States Public Health Service then confirmed a correlation between radon levels in mines and cancer rates, leading to federal radon limits in 1967. However, before these limits, miners were exposed to radon levels far exceeding modern safety standards. It's almost beyond measure because there were just no protocols whatsoever.
Yeah, where do you even start? It's already rampant.
So the uranium market did take a dive in 1986 because of Chernobyl, and that turned off a lot of U.S. Excitement about nuclear power. Mm-hmm. So uranium mining corporations abandoned a lot of their operations. So, for example, from 1944 to 1986, 30 million tons of uranium ore were extracted from the Navajo Nation, leaving behind at least 523 abandoned uranium mines and 4 abandoned uranium mills.
So the Navajo Nation Southwest.
Yes.
Utah, Arizona.
Yes.
Ish.
Yep. So this is one area. That's just one example. That's the biggest abandoned mines, but there were mines all over the Sioux territory as well.
Oh, 523.
Just in the Navajo Nation.
Jesus Christ.
The Lakota tribal territory itself hosts over 3,200 uranium mines, many of which are still awaiting cleanup to this day.
3,200?
3,200.
In the Black Hills?
No, that's in, the Lakota tribal territory. So yes.
Holy shit.
So
that's disgusting.
Yeah. So the U.S. instigated this, and then basically the optics of nuclear power were not chill after Chernobyl. So they abandoned them.
Not chill.
Not chill at all. Bailed on these projects and then left these crumbling and dangerous sites unmitigated all over reservation land.
Oh my God.
The impact on indigenous communities has been fucking devastating. Historically, uranium miners suffered from asthma, lung cancer, and kidney damage. Many Lakota believe uranium contamination is partly, if not very much, to blame for epidemic levels of birth defects, as well as infertility, cancer, kidney disease, all happening on the Pine Ridge Reservation, which currently has
Pine Ridge, man,
which currently has the lowest life expectancy of any United States county. So, like, basically anywhere in the United States, they have the lowest life expectancy.
Yeah. So, just a little bit of. I told you I was like way into Wounded Knee. Mm-hmm. That was in like high school. Mm-hmm. And so when we took a road trip through South Dakota in 9th grade, I was like, we got to go to Wounded Knee. Mm-hmm. And we went, and it was like, I mean, I was 14.
Yeah.
It was so depressing.
Desolate.
It was scary. It was scary. I still remember it just felt really sad.
Yeah.
I had never been to a place like that.
Absolutely fucking devastating.
Yeah, it was powerful. Mm-hmm. Ugh.
So, radioactive material seeped into the Cheyenne River upstream from Pine Ridge as early as 1962.
Lovely.
Studies show abandoned uranium mine runoff caused elevated uranium levels in local water reservoirs and the Cheyenne River. Many residents on Pine Ridge depend on these water sources. And yeah, a third of homes in Pine Ridge lack access to piped water, like the way that we have city water, or, you know, sewer systems.
So they just have like wells.
They have well water and septic tanks.
Oh my God.
So this often means that they're using well water that is contaminated.
Yeah.
And similarly,
for everything.
Yeah.
Drinking,
washing, cleaning yourself. It's fucking horrifying. And it's happening right next door to Minnesota. Mm-hmm. We have all this clean water right here, and we can't fucking
pipe it over.
No. So before we mentioned the Navajo Nation and all of the abandoned mines in that region, approximately 30% of households in Navajo Nation lack piped water. And they were also relying on unregulated wells that could be, that definitely were contaminated by uranium.
Jesus.
So this is not an isolated incident. This happened in different indigenous land, reservation land, and remains a huge fucking problem to this day. So left with extremely limited resources, some Navajo people built in that region where like the 500 were left, built or fortified their homes with materials left behind in the abandoned uranium mines. They were not aware that these materials could emit radon gas.
Oh my God.
Their livestock.
They were just like, a big sheet of steel or like some
I have to build a
like
barn.
whatever.
I have to fortify a wall in my home. I want to build an extension on my living quarters. Here's all this abandoned material.
It's just sitting there. Oh my God.
It makes perfect sense.
Horrible.
But it was all contaminated materials.
Ugh.
Their livestock were ingesting contaminated water and vegetation, which also perpetuates the cycle of radiation exposure because they're eating the livestock. That's their food source. They're eating the vegetation that grows from the land. Then they're feeding their cows and livestock with that vegetation. And then they're slaughtering those animals to consume for food. And all of it has fucking cancer causing.
It's on like a cellular level.
Yes.
Like you can't wash it out.
They were literally.
It's in everything.
They were literally surrounded by and ingesting radiation.
Oh my Lord.
Or radon gas. Cancer rates in the Navajo Nation doubled from the 1970s to the 1990s, directly coinciding with the uranium boom.
Holy shit.
So while the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, RECA, of 1990 compensated miners for certain work-related illnesses, it did not cover just the people living near abandoned mines and mills who developed radiation exposure-related illnesses. So they were only giving money to the miners who were directly in the mines and working in the mines, but any of the community members that were equally affected by the long-term effects of this didn't get a cent.
Equally exposed.
Didn't get a fucking penny. Although there have been legislative efforts to expand the RECA, surprise, they have not moved forward. Today, companies like Power Tech, yuck, are applying to open new uranium mines, anticipating increased profitability due to deregulation and the appeal of nuclear power as a climate-friendly energy source. So the proposed Dewey-Burdock mine in the Black Hills would suck up as much as 8,500 gallons of groundwater per minute.
What?
And aims to extract up to 10 million pounds of ore.
8,500 gallons a minute.
Yep, of their groundwater.
You guys.
We won't clean it, but we'll use it for we'll extract it for our mine.
We have finite resources.
Y'all, this shit's crazy. And it's like, why? Because we need to make more fucking weapons? What do we fucking need this shit for? Leave it alone.
Power Tech. I picture them making like graphing calculators.
I'll look. Power Tech. I just assumed they were some evil.
That's fair.
Focused on strength.
Ew.
Oh no, that's exercise equipment. I'm not going to throw you under the bus. I
did try TRX for the first time today. I thought it was those weird rope things like this. It's not. It's just a suspension system. You're just hanging by some straps from the ceiling.
Power Tech Labs, the power of trust, the future of energy. It's like nuclear power shit. Scientists, engineers, and technical specialists, blah, 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 blah. From around the world, our cross-departmental teams investigate, diagnose, and solve complex problems with a variety of markets with highly technical specialization and to exceptional standards. That is fucking jargon. Nobody cares.
That didn't say anything.
No. 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 I hate you. Fuck you. Anyway. Yeah. So that's the bad. That's a lot of bad. But let's talk about the baddies related to this, not only historical trauma because of the uranium, but trying to stop the current progress of like going back in there and trying to extract these resources once again and cause further harm to these communities. So in the face of these grave threats, Indigenous women have been at the forefront of the resistance for decades.
Of course.
One such leader is Regina Brave, a name you may not recognize, but whose image you very likely will. And I want you to go to the drive.
Regina Brave.
I know. Truly. She's very fucking brave. So you should see her.
Oh, yeah, Regina.
You've definitely seen this picture, and I'm going to describe it.
Hell yeah. Okay, good.
Yep. So in 1973, at the age of 32, Brave was on the front lines of a 71-day Wounded Knee occupation.
Okay, I'm so glad you're talking about this because I was going to, and again, I ran it out.
Yeah, I'm not going to go super deep because I have a lot of baddies to talk about. But this was a standoff in the 70s between federal marshals and indigenous activists on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And Regina Brave was photographed holding a rifle. And that's an image that appeared on front pages across the country. And I read a little interview with her where she was like, essentially the photographer asked for her consent to take the photo. And she was like, sure, no one's going to use this. Like, I'm a woman. And then
that's exactly why they used it.
Yeah. And then it went completely viral for the day. It was on the front page of fucking everything. And
it's a phenomenal photo. She looks bored. Like,
yeah.
I mean, for what I assume would be the mainstream press at the time being like, oh, there's gunfire at the reservation and the uprising and there's riots. And then she's just there like literally just protecting her home.
Right. And obviously this is 1973, so it's not the Wounded Knee Massacre, but there was a standoff on this sacred site, which has become like a pretty politically charged area for indigenous activists to gather.
Well, it's part of the Pine Ridge Reservation. They're incredibly impoverished.
Yes. So they're obviously outside forces were coming in and fucking with them, and they were standing up to them, and this iconic image was everywhere. But that's Regina Brave.
Wow.
She is incredible. So she was photographed holding a rifle, an image that appeared on front pages across the country. The incident on the same site where the U.S. Army massacred Lakota people nearly a century earlier helped launch the American Indian movement and Brave's career as an activist. By the age of 79, like, she's fucking been doing this her whole goddamn life. She continues her fight. She was one of the last people arrested in the Standing Rock protests against the Dakota Access Pipeline in 2017.
Hell yes.
Today, she and other Lakota elders are staring down the proposed Dewey-Burdock uranium mine for fucking power tech or whatever the fuck, arguing that the project violates the 1868 U.S. Lakota Treaty and federal environmental laws by failing to account for the sacred nature of the site, on top of all of the horrific environmental implications that the sites would have. They fear burial grounds would be destroyed and waters permanently tainted. For Brave, this mine is, quote, just the latest battle in a long war to stop settlers' affronts to Lakota lands and sovereignty. She believes it's time to tell them, quote, get the hell off. Your rent is over.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yes, Regina.
She also emphasizes Lakota sovereignty, which is the right to determine what happens on their lands, a concept her grandfather instilled in her by making her literally memorize the 1868 treaty. Like, she can recite it from memory. She knows what the fuck the law is. She's not fucking around.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah. Another key figure is Tanya Stans, an Oglala Lakota, whose grandmother and late uncle were also uranium fighters. Her uncle, William Mesteth, helped found the Oglala's Tribal Historic Preservation Office, and in 2010, filed a petition with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to stop the Dewey-Burdock project. So that they've been trying to do this for like a while, like get these mines back up and running for a long time. When resistance waned within the Tribal Historic Preservation Office, Brave and Stans came together to create Magpie Buffalo organizing to keep the fight alive, with Stans asserting, quote, we are the women that have learned and we are the leaders. Fuck yes.
Yes, I love that.
A pivotal force in this ongoing struggle is the Women of All Red Nations, or W.A.R.N, W-A.R.N, established in Rapid City, South Dakota in 1970.
Better than cum. I'll say that.
It is better than cum. I will say that. I will say that. God bless the strikers. God bless, the black leaders that came together from the church.
The sentiment is beautiful. The acronym didn't hold up.
A little rough. So this was established in Rapid City, South Dakota in 1974 by Madonna Thunderhawk, Lorelei Decora Means, and Phyllis Young, as well as other...
Madonna Thunderhawk. Fucking get it.
I know.
That's amazing.
All of these women are so badass.
Yeah.
And like Madonna Thunderhawk is fucking hardcore. I mean, she's like on the front lines of so much shit. It's pretty incredible. Definitely someone whose career in activism everybody should be reading about. As well as other Indigenous women that are part of W.A.R.N. So W.A.R.N was created to focus on issues most pertinent to Indigenous women. And that included galvanizing a global movement for Indigenous rights from reservation communities to the United Nations. So in 1978, W.A.R.N member Janet McLeod led a march between numerous sites located from the West Coast all the way to Washington, D.C. The march was 3,000 plus miles long.
Damn.
At the end of the march, a protest was held in Washington, D.C., and the protest was opposing proposed new bills that would constrict Indigenous people's treaty rights, as well as bills that would violate fishing, hunting, land, and water rights held by the native population. Over 30,000 people rallied in the Capitol to oppose those bills. It was a really big demonstration. Soon after the rally, McLeod traveled to Seattle and destroyed the copies of the bills in front of the Seattle representative's office. She was like, fuck this shit, ripped it up, set it on fire, stomped it out.
Oh my God.
Fuck no. Like, do not pass this. W.A.R.N exposed the practice of illegal sterilization in the Indian Health Service. This is an act they called the theft of life and a clear act of genocide, which is absolutely fucking true.
Yup.
Their public education campaign helped bring national and international awareness to this issue, leading to the creation of federal regulations around consent and sterilization in 1979.
Jesus.
Again, our parents' fucking lifetime. This was less than 10 years before we were born.
No.
History was literally yesterday.
Yes, but
there was nothing codified into law regarding the forced sterilization of Indigenous women until 1979.
That's fucking wild.
It's sick.
79.
W.A.R.N worked with
It was 7 years before we were born.
Yeah.
What? That's not right. 8. Still.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I mean, what's the difference between 7 and 8 years at that point? W.A.R.N worked with the School of Mines to study and report the correlation between high numbers of birth defects, miscarriages, and cancer, and the uranium mining contamination in Pine Ridge water sources. That's where they had like so much access to these statistics and resources to do this. They were instrumental in forming the Black Hills Alliance, bringing together a remarkable coalition of what they called, quote, cowboys and Indians. So I have to imagine they mean like white people who were
right
about the cause and their own indigenous communities, who united against proposed uranium mining, successfully stopping a corporation and protecting water in South Dakota.
Good.
W.A.R.N also emphasized the importance of youth education, playing instrumental roles in establishing survival schools, which were essentially to combat a lot of the damage that was done by
those residential
schools and boarding schools, where we are still finding Indigenous children.
Well, you could easily call those erasure schools.
Correct.
So if these are survival schools, it's the opposite. I love it.
Yep. These were Native-run schools focused on Native history, treaty rights, and cultural pride.
Treaty rights.
Yeah. Sorry, I get very emotional about this kind of shit.
God,
Madonna Thunderhawk, again, a total badass, and Oahenumpa Lakota has been fighting for self-determination and community for Indigenous people throughout her lifetime. Like I said, she's got a very powerful career in activism. She was a central organizer at key American Indian movement occupations, including Alcatraz Island, Mount fucking Rushmore, the Bureau of Indian Affairs headquarters, and Wounded Knee. From reproductiveaccess.org, quote, in an article chronicling her history and achievements, Madonna Thunderhawk was dubbed the original gangster as a steadfast, powerful, unafraid warrior woman. This is fitting given she had a hand in forming all of the core South Dakota-based organizations that push for Indian self-determination, establish alternative schooling for Native children, protect reproductive health, and guard against natural resource pollution. Through her many campaigns and continued activism, Thunderhawk has established herself as a woman who stands her ground as a Native American and does not compromise in her efforts to prioritize the lives of America's Indigenous people.
Fuck yes, Madonna Thunderhawk.
Indeed. Today, W.A.R.N is resurrecting its efforts under the rallying cry, #WARNRiseAgain. While they continue to oppose uranium mining, their current focus has been expanded to fight the Keystone XL pipeline and the accompanying man camps, which are temporary housing sites for pipeline workers, predominantly men, that have been shown to exacerbate the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls.
That is so fucking fishy and not great and not monitored, regulated, anything like that.
Well, it's
also man camp.
Here's what I would say about this. It's not fishy and it is monitored, but there's no accountability. We have so many stats.
That is a more succinct way of putting it.
So many stats to show that where these quote unquote man camps pop up among Indigenous communities.
Women get raped, women get murdered.
Yes, women and girls, and they go missing. I mean, the stats are absurd. And we talked about this a little bit in Legal Loopholes, where like reservation police, tribal police have these statistics, but cannot prosecute because the men in the man camps are not part of that tribe, that lives on that land. They're just there temporarily to work. And so they have to outsource any kind of charges to the nearest non-tribal police station. And those guys are like, meh. We don't give a fuck. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. And like these women are fighting so hard against this. So history shows that violence against Indigenous women significantly increases in areas with these camps, with Native women being 10 times more likely to be murdered than white women.
That's disgusting.
The women of W.A.R.N recognize the critical connection, quote, when we allow for the destruction of one, the earth, we enable the destruction of the other, Indigenous women. So they are very much, these communities are very much in tune with how interconnected these struggles are. Like these men come, these white men come, not just to like rape the land, but then also the people that are living on the land. It is a connected struggle. Yes.
It's another resource. It's another
power, control. It's
commodity.
Yeah. Their efforts have had success, but still need support. So while sections of the Keystone Pipeline, for example, have been shut down, I mean, we followed a lot of and supported financially a lot of those demonstrations to stop the expansion. Jesus, there's a fly in my fucking office. To stop the expansion of the pipeline. And there have been successes along the way. But like a lot of the sections of pipeline that have been shut down specifically in the Dakotas were because of oil spills, not directly because of activism, but there was activism in response to these oil spills to keep them from being able to reopen those sections. But it's just so frustrating.
So the damage was done.
Exactly. And it's like this, we knew this shit was going to happen from the fucking jump. People who were specifically these communities, these Indigenous communities where this pipeline was going to go through, were specifically saying like, it is inevitable. A spill is inevitable. You cannot do this to our land. And they were like, we don't fucking care. We're going to build it anyway. And then guess what? It fucking spilled.
Yep.
So the original Keystone Pipeline remains operational despite other sections and expansions being closed down. An expansion was blocked in 2021 when its permit was revoked by the Biden administration. We all know the risk now with you-know-who at the helm. But back to the fucking uranium. The legal battle against the Dewey-Burdock mine illustrates the challenges that Indigenous communities face at every fucking turn. After environmental arguments were dismissed, tribal lawyers continued to argue that the mine would irreparably damage Lakota burial grounds, ceremonial sites, and other sacred places. So while like the fight right now is happening a lot within the Lakota territory, but the intention is for there to be uranium mines once again in that territory, as well as the Sioux territory and through the Black Hills. Like it's all on the fucking table. So like the Lakota territory is at the center because there's like so many mines there that they want to reactivate essentially. But just because this is like a Black Hills episode and the fight is mostly in Lakota land right now does not mean that that devastation isn't fucking coming for other tribal lands.
I mean, at the end of the day, this shit's going to come for
all of
everyone.
Everyone and everywhere, for sure. So while NEPA, the National Environmental Policy Act, technically requires agencies to consider impacts on cultural heritage sites, such reviews rarely happen adequately, if at all. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission invited tribes to participate in a new cultural survey, even offering to pay them, but the Lakota declined, demanding to be engaged as a sovereign nation with a more culturally sensitive approach, and frankly, good for them. The NRC, just like the fucking US government, was offering them scraps to get them to shut up and comply, probably sign shit that they don't want to fucking sign, and not to actually take their feedback and concerns into account. As NEPA consultant and Lakota woman Kelly Morgan states, agencies often, quote, fall back on, we've met the minimum requirement, but have they really? Energy and mining companies are often treated like clients instead of regulated entities. And that last quote is from Jeff Parsons, one of the tribe's lawyers. So, like, these people know what the fuck they're talking about. Despite a D.C. Circuit Court ruling in 2018 that the NRC violated the law by licensing Dewey-Burdock with a, quote, significant deficiency in its cultural review, the court refused to vacate the license, citing PowerTech's potential stock plummet. It would hurt their stock.
Oh no.
Yeah, because fucking everything
Corporation got a boo-boo.
Yeah, it's just all profit over people. It's sick. And this obviously highlights a systemic issue where settler heritage sites are commonly protected, while tribes have to fight tooth and nail every step of the fucking way to protect their sites, which are often destroyed at an astounding rate without any thought to the cultural impact that would be. But like,
without any consideration of the legality, like the brazenness with which this country, the government of this country, has treated Native Americans, their ancestral land, their fucking right to their culture at every step of the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
the erasure is so diabolical.
At this point, nothing is surprising, but it is shocking.
And it remains horrifying. You should be fucking horrified.
And it's not getting better.
No.
It's actually expanding.
Oh, God. So, yeah. As Regina Brave's grandfather taught her, the Lakota may one day need to return to the sacred caves in the Black Hills, making their protection, the Black Hills protection, vital for future generations. So the Lakota people may not be living in that area, but have ancestral ties to that area and also hold that area as sacred ground and want to fight fiercely to protect it because they have legitimate concerns that may be the last, we can't even say safe, but the last place for these communities to go and be together and honor their culture and survive. You know, I mean, I imagine it's really hard living on Pine Ridge with the extraction of resources, with the lack of support, and holding the knowledge that you may have to leave the only land you've ever known that's so tied deeply to your culture and your ancestral lineage to hide, you know, in another sacred space. It's just like, I can't even fucking begin to imagine what kind of trauma it would be to have that be your reality. And like, white people don't really have the capacity to understand that because we just have not experienced that kind of oppression. And yeah, I mean, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. So the fight for the Black Hills and against uranium mining is far from over. And this is, set those Google alerts, babes, because like, at the very least, we should be uplifting and supporting W.A.R.N. and so many of these indigenous-led environmental activism groups that want to protect this land. Because again, it's not just about preserving their culture, which is so fucking important. If it were just about that, that would be plenty. But they are poisoning the entire fucking country with this shit. Yeah. So it's a testament to the enduring spirit of indigenous resistance led by courageous women who continue to protect their lands, their people, and their future. And their rallying cry, like you mentioned earlier, the Black Hills are not for sale, echoes through generations, and is a demand for justice and the return of what was wrongfully fucking taken. And that's my case.
God damn. I'm glad that we both kind of went for the same angle. I mean, I know that you sent me that article that I went down the rabbit hole in the first place, so I did sort of copy you in a way, but...
No, it's just so... We don't get taught this shit.
And this part of the country, the Black Hills, the Badlands, I mean, Devil's Lake in North Dakota is another favorite of mine of the Dakotas. This shit is so beautiful.
And
it's
precious.
Right in our backyards. If you live in the Midwest and you have not visited the Black Hills, I highly encourage it. Gorgeous. There's buffalo. There's black bears.
Yeah, it's stunning.
There's all sorts of stuff.
And while you're
Fun
there...
music.
You know, you can go and not just give money to the federal government by going to the parks, but also...
Go see Crazy Horse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is like the indigenous response to fucking Mount Rushmore. And it is like
way fucking cooler and actually
it's
impactful.
Very far from being finished, but you can donate money at the visitor center. Take a look at it. I think it's every bit as, if not more impressive than fucking Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore is
literally
so goddamn overrated.
a wart on a foot is more impressive than fucking Mount Rushmore. Fuck Mount Rushmore.
Fuck Mount Rushmore. So yeah, all of this is to say Black Hills, gorgeous, deserves to be protected. The people who consider it sacred to them, they deserve to have it back and breathe their life back into it, because it is a very special area.
It is. And you know who else is very special? Lori Vanderpool.
Lori, thank you for letting me
I don't know if this
vent
is where
out my grief in a fucking fire hose at the top of the episode.
I loved it.
I didn't cry.
You didn't. You did very well. And I don't know if this is the direction you wanted us to go, Lori, but you gave us a lot of option. Like, so we fucking rolled with it. This is where we landed. Hope you liked it.
Hope you liked it. Thank you so much for listening. As always, if you're a member of Uncorked, big special thank you. If you want to hear this episode and our entire back catalog ad-free, go join us on Uncorked.
Fuck ton of bonus content.
You get spooky little bitches. You get a mansplaining. You get monthly happy hours. You get drunk dives.
Yeah, you get exclusive merch. You get pre-sale for live shows. It's a good situation.
It's a pretty good situation. So yeah, if you're interested in that, go to our website, wineandcrimepodcast.com. Click on support, I think.
Yep.
That'll take you where you need to go.
We've got an Uncorked tab, I think, at this point.
I don't know.
Whatever, just go to the website.
Whatever, just go to the website.
Please.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye. Oh, God. Jesus.
She's here.
Ah!
Like what you see? Check out more episodes and become a member to unlock exclusive content.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.